Welcome to the Filmmakers Podcast. Huge congratulations. I mean, it's such an incredibly powerful series, and it's so hard to get dramas like this made. I constantly get told it's impossible, and there's such important stories that we need to tell. How are you both doing? Are you both incredibly proud, I hope, of what you've done?
Exceptionally, yeah.
I am. I watched it for the first time all in one sitting the other day, and I just never felt that necessity with a project before. I was like, oh my gosh, like this needs to be seen, and we need to be having these conversations. So that is what I'm most proud of, that I get to be a little slice of something so vital.
And Stephen?
She's wonderful.
Great answer. Good answer.
I mean it.
I'm very proud of it as a piece. You can imagine for me, it's a really interesting thing to see something come from in here, and then to watch the 4 episodes is mind blowing. Do you know what I mean? And to have that understanding that without Jack Thorne, who's a wonderful writer, and you've known Jack for years.
Yeah.
And you did The Virtues together.
Yeah, and This Is England, and
made me cry on that quite a few times.
Yeah, oh my, everyone.
Jesus,
thank you very much. And Help, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've had a wonderful relationship. I think I've worked with Jack on 8 projects, really.
Wow.
All of This Is England, and the TV series as well. So there was no one else for me that could have, wrote it and helped me pull it out of my head. So I'm just exceptionally proud of it as a piece.
So let's talk about how you both sort of got involved, from you maybe on the idea sort of side and the development, and from you sort of getting cast and getting involved in such a, incredibly complex character as well.
As I've said before, I was reading an article, and it was a young boy who'd stabbed a young girl to death. And I just kind of, it really rocked me to my core. And then a few months later, on the news, there was a piece on the news where a young boy, and they are boys, they're not men, do you know what I mean? Had stabbed a young girl to death in a completely opposite end of the country. I'll be completely truthful, it really hurt my heart, really. And I just thought, why? What kind of a society are we living in today where this kind of thing has happened, do you know what I mean? And then from the context of, we knew we were going to make a one-shot series. We'd been asked to do that, so we knew we were going to do that. And then I just thought that this particular theme would make a really interesting drama, but try and flip it from the normal perspective. Do you know what I mean? And rightly so, in a conventional drama, you would see this point of view of the family of the victim. And rightly so, that's the normal perspective we would see. But this time I wanted to flip it. So I wanted to see the effect it would have on the family that's involved with it. And I wanted to eliminate those normal kind of, not cliche, because they are the reasons for why we would look at something like this from a normal conventional drama perspective. Whereas maybe his dad was violent, or mum's an alcoholic, or, Jamie was molested by an uncle or something like that. And I wanted to eliminate that and look at it from a different perspective. Do you know what I mean? A good, happy home, a hard-working father who's got his own business. He's a working class man who's worked really hard to get what he's got. Leaves the house at 6, doesn't get back till late at night and stuff like that. And mum's a really hard worker. Do you know what I mean? In my head, she works in the furniture department in John Lewis's. Do you know what I mean? She got a really good job, and then he's got a sister who's an A-level student. And to take that as our microcosm of this family, this nucleus of this family, and kind of see why this kind of thing would happen. And then maybe we're all accountable in many ways: family, school, social structure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.